Harry, do you realize you just invented the wheels?
I know.
Bronze! Iron!
All was in chaos till Euclid arose and made order.
What is the good life? And how do you lead it?
Who shall rule the state?
The philosopher king.
The aristocrats.
The people!
You mean all the people?
What is the nature of the good? What is the nature of justice?
What is happiness?
Hail Caesar!
Roman law is now in session.
Allah be praised. I've invented the zero.
What?
Nothing.
What is the shape of the earth? Flat. What happens when you get to the edge? You fall off. Does the earth move? Never.
The earth moves.
The earth is round.
The blood circulates. There are worlds smaller than ours.
There are worlds larger than ours.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm a painting the ceiling. What are you doing?
I'm painting the floor.
Darwin says man is an animal.
Rot. Man is not an animal.
Animal.
Man isn't.
And he's an animal. Shall we start from the beginning?
I'm a bug, I'm a germ, I'm a bug, I'm a... Louis Pasteur. I'm not a bug, I'm not a germ, I'm not a bug.
Think it'll work, Alfred?
Well, let's give it a try.
What do you think?
It worked. All men are created...
Life, liberty, and the pursuit.
Workers of the world.
Government of the people, by
The world
people,
must be made
enforced
safe for democracy. To end
A league
all
of
war.
nations.
I see 1/3 of a nation ill-housed, ill...
one world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will discuss the bone structure of the cranium. You will note first that the base of the skull is divided by two transverse ridges forming the three basilar fossae. Over the cerebellum, the dura separates the occipital lobes from the cerebellum by the tentorium cerebelli. Along the base is...
Zip code?
90046.
Social security number?
524-223-588.
Telephone?
876-0930.
77221?
432168.
4572.
7534-218.
4218?
52871.
44469?
293.
And 3021.
446.
70469.
Man, you gotta break out. Forget the money bags, forget the hang-ups. Freedom, man, that's what it's all about. Yeah, freedom, man, that's what it's all about.
Children today, what do they want? There's not a thing in their minds but the satisfaction of their own egos. Oh, I'm not complaining, and I know times have changed, but certain things remain constant. When I was a youngster...
Hello down there!
I knew right from wrong. We knew the value of $1, and we knew the meaning of hard work and sacrifice.
Where do ideas come from? From looking at one thing and seeing another. From fooling around, playing with possibilities. From speculating, changing, pushing, pulling, transforming. And if you're lucky, you come up with something maybe worth saving and using and building on. That's where the game stops and the work begins.
I admit it, I had days of such discouragement that I ached to give it all up, but something kept me going. I guess it was fate, the kind you have when you're very young and don't know any better.
When the stuff comes alive and turns crazy on you, a writer had better be in pretty good shape, with good legs and a counterpunch and ready to fight like hell to the bloody end.
As one grows older, one sees the impossibility of imposing your will on the chaos with brute force. But if you're patient, there may come that moment when, while eating an apple, the solution presents itself politely and says, "Here I am."
Marge! Works, huh?
Harry. All it needs is an American flag.
Finally, that moment when society makes its contribution to the creative process.
What a piece of garbage that is.
Ridiculous.
Terrible.
Sick.
And I must say we're getting quite a reaction from the crowd. Let's see if we can get some more. Sir, could you tell us what you think of it?
It's degrading.
And you, sir?
Gonna hurt us abroad.
And you, ma'am?
It's all right if you like modern.
They're going too far, you know.
I can't say what I think about it because I'm an old American, and you know how they think. From Nebraska.
They'll never fly, Orville. I think it's kind of a put-on.
Well, I think it's all right.
You like it?
Yes, I think it's
Oh, my word! Sick.
In fact, it seemed like it's a creation of some servo mechanism in man's mind.
I couldn't tell, really. I don't know.
Look at that. No, it takes an artist. Look at the form. Look at the bottom of it. It represents the decline of the West.
This guy's a nut.
I think you should be shot. People that do a thing like that. Hang them.
That's
horrible. No, you got to give the artist credit.
Oh, you don't give anybody credit.
I mean, it's not like that.
That's where your taxpayers' money goes.
Like I got a 5-year-old.
Done. Thick. Superficial. Stinks.
I don't know. I like it. I'm not an expert, but speaking strictly as a mother, it seems to me the material alone must be worth at least $100.
Harvey, bring your sister forward.
Hey, watch out.
Please get out of the way.
I was here first.
I felt some sharp now. Watch out. I think I'm here to get rolled on. Look at that.
Have you ever thought that radical ideas threaten institutions, then become institutions, and in turn reject radical ideas which threaten institutions?
No.
Gee, for a minute I thought I had something.
Dr. Delbecco, we've heard some news of a breakthrough.
Well, yes. I think we are onto something important. We haven't been working with a small virus which we know induces cancer. A small virus means it does a few things when it enters the cell. We have been trying to find out which ones of these functions changes the normal cell into a cancer cell. We already have ruled out several of these functions, and we know enough about the others so that we can now make a really conclusive experiment. We are very optimistic, and we hope to have positive results within, say, 5 years.
Dr. Delbecco has been working on cancer research for 20 years.
When I began working on the world food problem, only 1 person out of 3 across the world went to bed hungry. Today, in spite of all our progress, 2 out of 3 people go to bed hungry, more than 2 billion people in the world as a whole. This is because the greatest increase in world population has occurred in those areas that have the lowest productivity of food. The problem just continues to expand as we work on it.
What specific progress have you made, Doctor?
We have just developed strains of tomatoes and of peas that can grow in areas where these crops couldn't be grown previously. We have also now produced strains of cereals that have all of the nutritive value of a piece of meat. I think that we'll be able to get the whole problem under control soon, say 15 or 20 years.
Dr. Bonner has been working on this problem for 12 years now.
Actually, this makes for a very interesting dilemma. You see, the Big Bang Theory says that 15 billion years ago, a gigantic explosion blew all the matter in the universe apart, and it's still blowing.
Dr. Greenstein is working on the origin of the
Very old
universe.
Stars, we should find 30% helium. Okay. I now have the technology to observe very much fainter old stars, and I find they have no helium. And my colleagues agree. If this apparent discovery is true, the Big Bang Theory is false, and we will have to develop an entirely new theory to account for the origin of the universe. But the other possibility is equally provocative, that I'm wrong, that what you observe at the surface of a star doesn't have to be what's really there.
Dr. Greenstein has been working on the origin of the universe for over 20 years.
Well, we've hit a blank wall for now. The line of investigation we have been pursuing seems to have led nowhere. But that's the nature of the process. You get what you think is a marvelous idea, and it just doesn't pan out.
How long have you been working on this problem, Dr. Wheeler?
7 years.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
Why does man create? Men have struggled against time, against decay, against destruction, against death. Some have cried out in torment and agony. Some have fought with arrogance and fierce pride. Some challenged the gods, matching power with power. Some have celebrated life. Some have burned with faith. Some have spoken in voices we no longer understand. Some have spoken eloquently. Some have spoken inarticulately. Some haltingly. Some have been almost mute. Yet among all the variety of human expression, a thread of connection, a common mark can be seen. That urge to look into oneself and out at the world and say, this is what I am. I am unique. I am here. I am